Patience is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of inner strength. When faced with difficulties, many people easily lose their temper and act in anger, causing unforeseen consequences. The Buddha taught that it is patience that will help us overcome life's challenges, maintain a peaceful mind, and thereby create blessings for ourselves and others. Once upon a time, a poor fisherman went to sea every morning to catch fish to feed his family. One day, the sea was so rough that he could not catch any fish. Frustrated, he returned and angrily smashed his boat. However, the next day, when the sea was calm again, he could not go out to sea because he had lost his means of livelihood. Anger always causes us more damage. If we know how to be patient, the fisherman can calmly wait and not ruin his own opportunities. The family is the first place where we need to practice patience. Disagreements between husband and wife, parents and children are inevitable. When each person tries to keep their own arguments, the conflict will quickly escalate. Buddha taught, 1 patient person, 9 good people. Hung and Lan often argue about small things in the family. Once, when their son broke a precious vase, they both blamed each other for the way they raised their child. But then, Hung stopped arguing and apologized to his wife. I know my mistake. Next time I will pay more attention. This action helped them keep the peace, and their son also learned to take responsibility. If one of the two knows how to be patient, the family will avoid many injuries and become more united. Patience in the workplace and society. Stay calm under pressure. At work and in society, we often encounter situations that are not as expected. It could be a misunderstanding between colleagues, an imposing superior, or an unreasonable complaint from a customer. Instead of reacting negatively, patience will help us stay calm and find a better solution. The talented manager, Ms. Min, a store manager, often encounters difficult customers. One time, a customer asked to exchange an item without a receipt. Instead of refusing harshly, Ms. Min gently explained and found a way to help the customer. As a result, the customer was not only satisfied, but also became a regular customer of the store. Patience does not mean giving up, but being skillful in transforming the situation in a positive direction. In the process of practicing, patience is one of the important methods to reach enlightenment. The Buddha once taught that all suffering in life comes from attachment to the ego. If we know how to let go of the I and not let anger dominate, our mind will be light and peaceful. The story of the sick monk, a monk was seriously ill and was shunned by everyone. But the Buddha personally came to take care of him and clean his wounds. He taught that practitioners need to have compassion and patience, not only towards themselves, but also towards others. Patience is not only acceptance, but also love and sharing the pain with others. According to Buddhist teachings, everyone has to face their own karma. When we encounter difficulties in life, we often tend to blame. However, Buddha taught that karma is an opportunity for us to correct and repay our past mistakes. Antoine once committed a crime and was imprisoned for 10 years. During that time, he learned to be patient and cultivate his mind. When he finished his prison term, he became a good person and helped people who had made the same mistakes as him. Karma is not a punishment, but an opportunity for us to learn and grow. Life is impermanent. Everything can change unexpectedly. Buddha taught that only compassion and patience can help us overcome events. When we know how to love without demanding, know how to be patient without blaming, happiness will come naturally. The story of a mother and her crying child. A young mother was upset because her child cried all night. Instead of getting angry, she hugged her child and sang a gentle song to sleep. As a result, the child gradually calmed down, and both mother and child felt at peace. Compassion not only brings happiness to others, but but also helps us find peace within ourselves. Patience is not easy, but it is the path to happiness. If everyone knows how to be patient, love, and forgive, this world will become a better place. Just as a seed needs time to germinate, patience also needs perseverance and tolerance to bear fruit. Let's practice patience together every day, starting with small things. When we know how to be patient and love, we not only change our lives, but also bring happiness to those around us. Life is full of conflicts with others. However, the Buddha taught that when we know how to be patient and tolerant, we can turn enemies into friends. That is the noble behavior of people with wisdom and compassion. In a small village, two neighbors used to be enemies because of a dispute over land boundaries. One day, when the first neighbor had an accident and needed help, the other neighbor put aside their hatred and came to help. This action resolved the long-standing conflict, and they became good friends. Patience not only brings peace to oneself, but also acts as a bridge to eliminate hatred, opening up new opportunities for friendship and cooperation. Patience in business, success, through calmness and patience. Patience is not only valuable in personal life, but is also the key to success in business. Successful leaders often know how to stay calm under pressure and make wise decisions. Mr. Nam is a young businessman who had difficulty in cooperation when his partner did not keep the agreement. Instead of getting angry and giving up the cooperation, he patiently negotiated and tried to understand the problem. In the end, his partner recognized his goodwill, and the two sides cooperated successfully. Patience in business is the ability to overcome difficult situations, turn obstacles into opportunities, and build long-term trust. Patience and educating children, teaching children with love and patience. In the process of raising children, many parents lose patience and use negative words when their children do not listen. However, Buddha taught that parents need to be patient and loving to nurture their children's souls, helping them grow up positively. A mother had a very naughty son. Despite being scolded many times, the boy did not change. One day, his mother decided to stop scolding and spend time listening to her son's confidences. Gradually, the boy became more obedient and began to share his feelings with his mother. Patience in education is a lesson in listening and understanding. When children receive love and patience, they will develop comprehensively in both mind and character. The power of compassion and patience, the path to liberation from suffering. Patience and compassion not only help us avoid mental trauma, but also open the path to liberation. The Buddha once taught that only when our minds are no longer bound by hatred can we truly be free. In a previous life, Bodhisattva encountered a robber and was attacked. Instead of fighting back, Bodhisattva used gentle words to influence the robber. Thanks to that, the robber put down his knife and became Bodhisattva's disciple. When facing evil, patience and compassion can transform people's hearts, bringing peace to both sides. In life, no one can avoid difficult times or face loss. However, the Buddha taught that it is during these times that we need to practice patience to overcome and find peace. A blacksmith once lost all his possessions in a fire. Instead of blaming his fate, he started over with patience. After many years, he rebuilt his business and became the richest man in the area. Patience is not only accepting difficulties, but also motivating us to persevere through all challenges. The Buddha taught that lasting happiness can only be achieved when we know how to be patient and love. Temporary joys from material things cannot compare to the inner peace that comes from patience and compassion. The story of a Zen master and a flower. A Zen master was meditating under a tree when suddenly someone came and plucked the only flower next to him. However, the Zen master still smiled and said, "The flower in my heart will never disappear. When our mind is at peace, nothing can take away our true happiness. Patience not only helps us overcome temporary difficulties, but is also the key to finding lasting happiness and peace. Every time we are patient, we conquer ourselves and create blessings for life. Let's start from today. Be patient once, love once, and you will see this life become lighter. Happiness is not in the destination, but on the journey we learn to live with compassion and patience. Patience not only helps us avoid conflict, but also cultivates gratitude, a valuable quality. When we are grateful for what we have, life becomes more peaceful. Even when we encounter adversity, we can still find positive things to appreciate. A potter spent many days making a perfect vase. However, on the day of the exhibition, the vase was broken due to someone else's carelessness. Instead of getting angry, he picked up the broken pieces and turned them into a new work of art. He silently thanked the lesson that life brought him, helping him find new, creative inspiration. When facing difficulties, learn to be patient and grateful. It is from gratitude that we will find the strength to overcome adversity. Patience not only helps people stay peaceful, but is also a powerful tool for self-development. A patient person is someone who learns to restrain negative instincts, practice discipline, and improve willpower. A martial arts master noticed that his student was prone to anger when he lost a match. Instead of punishing him, he gave him a special exercise. Every time he got angry, he had to take a deep breath and stay silent for 10 minutes. After months of training, the student gradually learned to control his anger and became a patient and calm martial artist. Patience is a lesson in self-control. People who know how to be patient will not be controlled by negative emotions, thereby developing wisdom and courage in life. Patience not only keeps us safe, but is also the foundation for building trust and friendship. When we know how to be patient, we show respect and understanding to others, creating lasting relationships. Min and Hai were close friends, but there were times when they misunderstood and got angry with each other. Instead of blaming, Hai took the initiative to apologize and said, "Maybe I didn't understand what you meant." Min was touched, and the two reconciled. Their friendship became even closer. Patience helps us to listen and understand others, thereby creating sincere and deep relationships. In the spiritual journey, patience is the path to enlightenment. Patience is not only an external action, but also the letting go of attachments in the mind. The Buddha taught that those who know patience will not be bound by the cycle of suffering. Their minds are like clear water, no longer contaminated by hatred. The practice journey of a Zen master. A Zen master was once ridiculed and slandered by people. But instead of reacting, he smiled and continued to meditate every day. After many years, his patience and peace touched the people around him. Eventually, he was respected and became a shining example for many to follow. Patience is the first step to liberation. When the mind has reached peace, no adversity can shake it. Anger is one of the main causes of suffering. The Buddha taught that anger is like a burning fire. Not only does it harm others, but also makes our souls tired. Patience is the medicine to extinguish that fire. Mr. Fong, a father, once got angry with his son for a small mistake. But after calming down, he realized that he was too harsh. He decided to apologize to his son, and from then on, learned to control his emotions every time he got angry. Patience not only helps us control our anger, but also protects precious relationships in life. Compassion and patience are two important factors that help us live peacefully and happily. When we love and forgive, we not only bring joy to others, but also help ourselves feel lighter. The story of a mother and a thief. A thief broke into a single mother's house. Instead of getting angry or calling the police, she invited him in and said, "If you need anything, Take it, because I just need a little peace for my child." Touched by her compassion, the thief decided to change his life and start over. Patience and peace at the end of life. Preparing for a new journey. At the end of life, everyone must face death, something that is inevitable. The Buddha taught that those who know patience will leave peacefully, without regrets about what they have experienced. Patience helps us accept impermanence and prepare our minds for a new journey. Zen Master and peaceful death. An old Zen master knew he was about to leave. He sat in meditation, smiled, and said to his disciples, "Don't be sad. Remember that death is just a part of life." He left peacefully, leaving behind a valuable lesson for those who stayed behind. Patience is a way for us to accept impermanence, to leave gently and without worries. Living with patience, the journey to find peace and happiness. Patience is the art of living that helps people overcome all challenges, keeping their souls at peace amidst turmoil. Not only is patience a way to deal with difficulties, it is also the key to opening the door to happiness, compassion, and enlightenment. Start today. Be patient once when offended, forgive once when hurt, and you will find this life much easier. Sometimes we forget that patience is not only applicable to others, but also necessary for ourselves. Knowing how to forgive yourself and not blame yourself is an important step to achieving inner peace. Hai is a young artist who always feels dissatisfied with his works. Whenever he does not achieve the desired results, he blames himself and gives up on his work. After many years, he decided to change. He is patient with himself, allowing himself to experiment and fail. Gradually, he finds joy in every stroke of the brush and no longer feels pressured by perfection. Being patient with ourselves helps us learn to accept and love ourselves, opening up opportunities for development and maturity. Patience in the school environment, building a spirit of empathy and unity. Patience in school not only helps students resolve conflicts, but also trains them in patience and forgiveness. This helps them build good relationships and become more mature in their thinking. A story about two students and their friendship after conflict. Lan and Hoa are classmates but often argue because of differences in opinions. Once, after a big argument, Lan decided to give in and take the initiative to make peace. After that, the two became close friends and learned to respect each other's differences. Patience helps children learn how to handle conflicts skillfully, creating a foundation for a spirit of unity and understanding. Creating a happy family environment through patience. A happy family is not a place without disagreements, but a place where people know how to be patient and forgive each other. The Buddha taught that family is the first school of love, the father and the lesson of patience. A father used to get angry with his son every time he did something wrong, but after listening to a sermon on patience, he began to control himself and change the way he taught. As a result, the relationship between father and son became closer, and his son also learned to behave more calmly. Patience in the family creates understanding and love, helping family members bond and grow together. Patience is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. Every time we are patient, we learn more about ourselves and others. Patience is a quiet strength that helps us weather the storms of life and find peace in the midst of seemingly chaotic things. Start today. Be patient once when offended, love once when hurt, and you will find this life more worth living than ever.